Here's the 2021 changes for Social Security. Cost of living adjustment. Every year, Social Security has the chance to go up with inflation. And this year it was 1.3. Can we just show Zach the next slide? Let's show, so these are the COLAs dating back to 1975. COLAs were instituted in 1975. Prior to this, there was no inflation adjustment. It was just a stagnant benefit. But in 1975, they decided, hey, we're going to actually increase this benefit every year to allow retirees to keep up with the cost of living. As you guys know, as you move through retirement, things just go up in cost. Things are more and more expensive, and it's deflating your spending power. And so the COLA was instituted to allow you to keep up with the cost of living or the cost of goods going up in retirement.
And a lot of our clients talk about the 80s being high inflation time periods, which they were, and interest rates in the double digits. I cannot imagine the Social Security Administration saying, hey, next year's COLA is 14.3%, like they did in 1980.
You know, that's interesting though, because in all of my presentations, I ask, what were interest rates back? You know, what were you paying on your home mortgage back in 1979 and 1980? And the common response I get is 15, 18%. And so these COLAs do a fairly good job of keeping up with inflation. They're not perfect. We can see that, but they do a fairly good job, and we'll take what we can get here. You'll notice over the last decade, dating back to 2009, we have had 3 zeros. Those were years when, you know, inflation was fairly stagnant. We didn't see a high inflationary time, and so we just didn't get a COLA. But the 1.3 that we received this year is the second lowest of any increase. So in 1986, we had a 1.3, you'll notice, and in 1998, we had a 1.3. Those are the two, the second lowest in inflation adjustments. 2016 was the lowest positive increase, 0.3. But on the right here, you'll notice the averages. The 10-year average is average 1.65, the 15-year average 1.86. And over the last 20 years, it's averaged 2%. So to think that you've got a benefit in retirement that is going to last for the rest of your life, but also goes up with inflation at an average 20-year rolling rate of 2.04, that's
not bad.
Fantastic.
Yeah, not bad at all.
We'll take it.
Did I get any? Is there anything else on this one? Oh yeah, let's go back. Yep.
I'll keep going here. This effect, the COLA goes into effect in January, so you'll see that next year. I already mentioned it's the second smallest of all positive COLA years. Medicare Part B, for those of you who are 65 and older and on Medicare Part B, the premium for that has gone up to $148.50. So it's a $3.90 increase from last year. It was $144.60 last year. So you'll see a slight increase to your Medicare Part B. And Zach, a lot of people don't realize this, but you know, if you're not on Medicare Part B, you're not quite sure how you pay for that in retirement. But for those of you on Social Security and on Part B, you know that this is deducted directly from your Social Security benefit.
Yeah, and then the last one there is the max benefit of any full retirement age retiree, $31.48. Can you explain how somebody gets the max benefit here, Tyler?
Yeah, so they calculate your benefit by taking your top 35 years of work. And then if you've been a really high income earner, you essentially maxed it out. So it's rare that I see on a Social Security statement a benefit of $3,148. That is very rare, but it does happen. And to be clear, this is for anyone turning full retirement age this year. So 66 and 2 months this year. This could be the max benefit you're entitled to. Now,
we do see numbers that are higher than that, and that's because they're not turning 66 this year, right?
Absolutely. We see it. If you're younger than that, your max benefit once you do turn full retirement age could be higher. But also for those retirees who have decided to delay their benefit, maybe as part of a strategy that we've put in place, you know, we encourage them to spend other assets from the years of 66 to 70 to allow this benefit to grow. And I've seen this benefit for someone who's deferred it to 70, who's a max earner, $4,500, $4,600 a month with the cost of living adjustments and the 8% delayed credits. So there's a lot of power to this benefit.
That's huge. Hey, we did get a question. If somebody is starting Social Security and starting their Social Security strategy in January.
Yeah.
They're wondering, and they've already been told their amount, is that pre-COLA or after the COLA that happens in January? My gut tells me the number that they've received so far is before the cost of living adjustment, and that everyone's numbers will flip and change, and she'll probably get a little bit more than what they've told her.
Yes, I would suspect so.
Yeah. Okay. Great question.
The last thing I was going to mention on this slide, Zacc, this average benefit here. So across America, they look at all of the benefits, average amount, 1,543. And what's interesting about this is if you look across America, 3 out of 5 retirees, Social Security represents half of their take-home pay in retirement. And if 1,543 is the average benefit, it's amazing to me how important and crucial this benefit is. And so making sure that you have a proper Social Security strategy is critical. Again, I talked about the hazards at the beginning. You can't just go through retirement and hope that your plan works. You've got to do some planning in advance.